Welcome everybody back into this week's GA meeting, where we tell our loved ones we're getting the help we need, but we're really here to talk about guns. So on today's video, I've got something I want to talk to you guys about. This is the least reliable Glock I've ever shot, and it's a Glock 19. So let's get into it. So here it is, the Glock 19 Gen 5. It is the least reliable Glock I've ever shot. So what do we have here? This is what Glock calls the Moo Edition. It has this cow spray that they do. Now Glock themselves does not do the coating. So they send it out to a third party to paint the Glock. And as you can see in these little spots here, that they just take some painter's tape, they tape around it, and they spray paint it white, or it looks like spray paint. But they paint it white, and then they take the trigger and they paint that pink for the udder, and now you have the Moo Edition, which is, in theory, a very cool idea. It, of course, is marketed towards women who want to get into firearms. It also could be marketed towards men, if you guys are into cows too. But this is my girlfriend's Glock, and she bought it because she saw the cow print on it and absolutely fell in love with it. So she bought this. We took it to the range, and she had malfunction after malfunction after malfunction. So I picked it up and I shot it, and I had malfunctions. It was not feeding. The round was getting stuck, or it was having a double feed. There was a couple stovepipes. So at our range, the range officer came over and he's like, "Is that a Glock?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "And you're having that many malfunctions with it?" And he was a Glock guy, so he's like, "You know what, let me look at it." And then he shot it, and he had malfunctions. So it wasn't like somebody was limp wristing this. My girlfriend has shot guns for many years. She shot all of my guns up to 44 Magnum, so she can handle a firearm. The instructor there at the range knew what he was doing. He could handle a firearm. I would like to say I think I can handle a firearm, and this thing kept jamming. So we took it home, and I took it apart. So I want to show we're empty, pointed in a safe direction. So you can see there is a lot of overspray inside this firearm. And what was happening was, here, even on the slide, you could see there's a lot of overspray in here. And it just kept, it was rough. So it kept, jamming the gun up. So we took it apart and we polished it. We sanded down, very lightly sanded down a lot of the spots where the overspray was really bad. Even if, this is still bad, the overspray, but it was worse, if you can believe it or not. We sanded that down, we oiled it up. We took it back to the range, and we've had 500 rounds through it with 0 stoppages. So I know that firearms need break-in periods, but I've owned many Glocks, and I've never had a break-in period with a Glock. They've always worked right out the box. So this gun, I'm going to chalk it up to all that overspray inside of the firearm. Now, do I blame Glock for that? Not really. I blame that third-party company who's painting these. But Glock should also be taking a look at this and going, "Hey guys, this is a little rough on the inside, and we got to do something about it." Tape it up just like we taped, the cow print. So after sanding it all down, oiling it up, we've had 500 rounds through it without a hiccup. But that first 100, 150 rounds, there was There was a point where we couldn't get through a magazine without this thing jamming. So yeah, it's been the least reliable Glock I've ever shot. And I have shot many Glocks. I own a couple Glocks myself. Nothing against Glock. I think the third-party company should be doing a little bit better of a job with the painting and not getting too much overspray inside. That's why I think it might be spray paint. Although, with about 650 rounds through this, it's dirty, yes, but none of the paint is coming off yet. You know, in this area here, that's just overspray that got underneath the tape. Same here. So that's not paint coming off. Like, it's pretty, you know, durable. I just wanted to let you guys know about what we found with this. And maybe if you were looking at one, or your wife or your girlfriend, your mother, whoever was looking at one of these, go to the gun store, ask if you can take it apart and see how much overspray is inside. And you might have to lightly sand that down or pass on it altogether, depending on how you guys feel about that. That's going to be it for this video. I appreciate everybody coming in and sticking around. And if you made it this far into the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you guys want a 1,000 round review, so we're about 350 rounds off of that, let me know that down in the comments and I can keep you guys up to date on the reliability of this Glock. Like I said, that's it for today's video. If you don't mind getting down there and hitting that subscribe button, we're a new channel and doing that really helps out a lot. And then we'll see you guys in our next GA meeting. Thanks.